Hello again. In this video, we're going to talk about how essential oils work. We're going to focus on the actual essential oils, raindrop technique, and overall health. I want you to take a moment and rate where your health is right now in these areas. 1 being a score of, not so great, and 10 being the best that you could possibly be. There's 2 blank spaces there because there's a variety of different things that mean health to us. Some people value relationship health and family health over career, the health of their job prospect. So physical, emotional, and mental is all really relevant to the body and who we are as individuals. But there are other components that make up what we deem our health to be and where we can carry stress in our life. So those 2 spaces are left blank, and I want you to contemplate what you value. What would you place there as to, where do you feel you have stress in your life, or where do you feel your life's doing really good right now? This is for your own interest, but it is a valuable exercise to give each of your new clients, and we've actually included this flowchart in your master notes and also your textbook. The reason being is sometimes until you ask a person, how are you doing, they don't actually know. They don't stop and think about it. They're just often going through the motions. So this is a really beautiful activity that only takes a minute for them to just pause and reflect on where they're at right now, which will then help you create a wellness program for them. So let's talk about a holistic approach. Essential oils support vibrant health. They actually often seem to work intelligently. How they affect one person can be different to how they affect the next. It's as if they know what each person needs, even if we don't. So for one person, an oil might be physically balancing. For the next person, the same oil might help them release emotions. It's as if they take each person in their own personal journey. And it's not surprising that Dr. Daniel Penuel, a renowned French medical doctor in the field of aromatic medicine, ascribes a godlike intelligence to essential oils. But Gary's theory? Gary used to teach how an embryo contains the memory of an egg and sperm that went into its creation. Gary would say that essential oils are similar. Essential oils are made from hormones, amino acids, enzymes, vitamins, minerals, carbon dioxide, oxygen, and glucose. So when you drop an essential oil into someone's body, that essential oil can mimic any of these elements in the human body because it contains the genetic memory of these elements. Really, we're essentially dropping food onto the body when we use essential oils. And it's often why people, when they've had a raindrop technique, they say it feels like a giant vitamin pill. This is only a theory. However, many of Gary Young's theories have proven to be correct by science over time. Let's talk about the complex chemistry. Let's explain the intelligence of essential oils in these terms. Essential oils are chemically very complex, containing anywhere from 80 to several hundred individual constituents. We call this the fingerprint of the essential oil. And if we take one plant, let's say peppermint, we know that every time peppermint is grown, the soil chemistry and climate is slightly different. These differences are reflected in the essential oil, so that the chemical fingerprint of the essential oil is different in every batch. And it's because of these 2 things, the complex chemistry and the ever-changing chemistry of essential oils, viruses and bacteria have never developed a resistance to essential oils. That's a big deal, guys. That's a really big deal. So, some of the constituents. Each of the hundreds of constituents in essential oils have their own unique action on the body. And a common constituent is a sesquiterpene. Sesquiterpenes don't have oxygen in their chemical structure. This means that they are oxygen deprived. So they bind to atmospheric oxygen and carry it through the body to the cells and tissues. This is very similar to the effect of hemoglobin in the blood. Sesquiterpenes are small enough that they can even cross the blood-brain barrier and carry the oxygen into the brain. And of course, we could all do with oxygenating our body and brain a little more. Let's look at another chemical constituent, alpha-pinene. Alpha-pinenes make the cell walls more permeable to nutrients and oxygen. And this is potentially why Gary Young had such success adding essential oils into supplements. He found that our body was absorbing the nutrients from the supplements so much better because of the presence of essential oils. And it would make sense if the essential oils contained alpha-pinene. Phenols are yet another constituent of essential oils. Phenols are the constituent that makes oregano, thyme, and basil feel hot on the skin. Phenols are very powerful against viruses, bacteria, and fungi. Let's look at the intelligence of essential oils now in terms of frequency. Each essential oil has its own vibrational frequency. This frequency determines its effects on the human body. Lower frequencies target the physical body, higher frequencies target emotions, and very high frequencies target the spirit. So, for example, wintergreen oil has a frequency of 52 megahertz, which is the same frequency as our bones. That's why wintergreen oil and our bones love each other. And it's why marjoram, excuse me, guys, and it's why marjoram and our muscles love each other. And it's why peppermint oil and our nerves love each other. But let's take it further. Remember, an essential oil can contain hundreds of constituents. Each constituent has a frequency. The essential oil's overall frequency is the average of the frequencies of its individual constituents. So when our body encounters an essential oil, it can pull from that essential oil the specific frequency that it needs. This is why essential oils appear to act so intelligently. But it also has a multifaceted action. So let's look at thyme oil. Now, we mentioned that thyme oil contains phenols, which are highly antibacterial, antiviral, and antifungal. So we know that thyme oil's frequency is in the physical range. But some of thyme oil's constituents also have emotional frequencies. This helps explain thyme oil's emotional impact on the body. It helps dispel melancholy and despondency, and also pessimism and self-doubt. Instead, it replaces these emotions with courage and valor and drive. So, in summary, essential oils work holistically on the body. They maintain and optimize all aspects of health, physical, emotional, mental, and spiritual. And they work intelligently, so their effects are often surprising, giving you exactly what you need, even if you're not sure what that is in any given moment.